Greetings from the two of us. As you can probably guess, I am Russ Hatfield, and my higher dimensional twin soul who shares my mind is named Kara. She's a member of Ashtar Command and an ambassador to Sirius. We have a good channeling session for the month of November that we call Rediscovering Amplified Pyramid Resonance. We only use one topic for the title this month because the big news is what Korton goes over, which is amplifying pyramid energy. We had been experimenting with different combinations of pyramids, copper wire, and crystals. What we discuss in this session is the pyramid built around the futon Mark was channeling from and the Great Pyramid in Egypt. The rest of the session has a lot of good information also, but we wanted to highlight the most important knowledge being passed on to share. A more detailed description is on our homepage at HadesBasedNews.com. We invite you to subscribe to be kept informed of future postings on our YouTube channel from the members of Ashtar Command. And now we present our latest entry into the Ashtar Command archives, Rediscovering Amplified Pyramid Resonance.
How are you doing, my dear?
So, I've got little maggots in my stomach. Well, two of them anyway.
Answer me.
I'm doing fine.
Good.
Stop worrying about me.
As if I'm never going to stop worrying about you. Don't even bother asking. It'll never happen.
What, you stop worrying?
That's right.
Huh. I'm gonna call Mark now?
Of course not. It's on the tape.
Oh.
Anyway, the girls looked good this morning. Sounded good. They're well on their way.
That's the question. Shoot. How do you do that trick? The sword.
Okay.
They stuck the sword through the girl.
Oh, that one. Oh, that's a two-piece sword.
Ah.
One part of it, she wears a little gizmo that pops the top end of his sword off, while the other part of his sword recesses into the bottom part.
I know. Well, I thought that he stuck it through.
Bit of mess, wasn't it?
Looking very bloody.
Yeah, it's all illusion. You're okay for going down and seeing this whole stuff. It's not wearing you out enough.
Well, I had to measure my energy, Billy. I'm getting a lot better.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it.
And they're helping as well.
Well,
Yes, I get 3 lessons in how to foresight. And as the report I read is correct, yes, I have built in a safety mechanism so that they get the rubber band things. I'm also teaching a senior should bit as well.
anyway, well, good. Yeah, because Swakima's going to be doing some jumping here too, I think.
Yeah. But just a little bit early, but maybe challenge. How can you challenge? You invented me? Me?
But you smell like Mark.
What's up to take a shower? Okay, you got questions for me? Oh,
I wasn't exactly expecting you, darling.
least exception.
Well, then what happens if you don't show up? All these questions going.
I'll save them for next time. And if I don't show up then next time after that.
We'll give it a shot.
Okay. Well, I've got a very impatient infant waiting outside with a young Friedeken.
Well, have fun with the hooligan and the young boy, too. See you in a while, darling.
I'll see you with kids.
Okay.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Hey, Karen.
Good sex.
Well, you know that certain leg kick that Kara can imitate.
That one?
Yeah, it's like, how's it going?
Well, not to worry, not to worry.
Well, question on Mark's farsighting then.
Okay.
Or coercion, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So last night, what happened? Was that just you assisting?
That's nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
No, just sit back and watch on the monitors.
Well, how do you manage to push it out so hard?
Perhaps he's trying.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds more like you've been given some tips.
I can't tell you that.
Oh, well, I'm just asking for him. I don't care. I don't know.
Now, what I'll tell you. Huh?
Yeah, in a hot second.
Oh, dead right. How well do you know me?
Too well.
You think so?
Yes. I've never known to you Corsic-wise, but
Am I that predictable?
you are like predictable.
Spoil my fun.
It was about the point that we brought up the other day about the pleasure centers.
You been practicing?
Oh, thank you for the lesson in that, by the way.
I have been interrupted. I would have cursed you as of your socks.
Well, yes, I realize that.
It would have been a new experience for you.
Yes, it would be. But luckily, experience is an excellent teacher.
Yeah.
Therefore, the experience you gave me is plenty to help me learn how to do that.
I'm serious. Come. I'll be serious.
Bummer.
Okay. Professor Q is it? Or will be.
I don't know, man. You're too small to be serious.
I wouldn't say that Teal was fat. I would never say that.
I didn't
I
either.
quote it.
I didn't say it either.
No, but you were thinking it.
Yes.
You were thinking it.
Yes, but Mark is the one who actually said it.
Yes.
With love,
On the fuck.
affection. Yes.
But I quote again. Oh, Kiri's fat.
You were fat. I'm sorry. You were huge.
Oh, what you expect?
What? It was only one kid.
Wow. I'm a tall gal, aren't I?
Well,
Anything sticks out like a pin leaf.
that's true. Let's see how Kara works out here with two and her. She'll blow.
Either.
But she just these beautiful.
I calculation question.
Now then, how do you work for the pleasure centers when the eyes are closed? For example, working with a patient or something. You want to get the pleasure centers going to help them in the healing.
I'd have to get with Big Sis to work on this one. Because I'm not a healer.
Well, you ever had to deal with anybody with their eyes closed before?
And I have my eyes are wide open with solar bells.
Okay.
Yes, that answers another question, doesn't it?
Yes.
I have to rest my answer to that. But inadvertently,
That's still of course.
just me.
But you knew that.
Okay. Next correlation question.
Is the opposite also true as far as if you want to make the opposite of the pleasure centers work?
Oh, the pain. So
Right.
just yeah. Okay.
So, no reason to do it, but effectively there is an opposite to the same.
There's an opposite technically.
Right.
With you.
So it'd be good for self-defense, though.
Oh yeah. But I'd never use it for self-defense.
Or if you'd ever have to use anything to be self-defense anyway.
Tell you something I did do once. So a friend of mine, back home on Sirius, was being harassed by this girl. And guess what I did? I just took off my clothes. It distracted him long enough. It's my turn to put the clip off them.
A friend in need, huh?
Oh, she was a friend indeed.
She beat him up?
It's just as mean as ever.
Well, I've never seen you mean yet, so
You're whacking.
I'll just take you away to play it.
Next question.
Okay. It seems like using the pleasure centers are better for sex.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't used that down here before, but I've been using it the last couple times with Kara. When I start using it with Kara, it likes it passes it on to me.
Yeah, feeds up on itself.
Right. Now, why is that? Help? And I've never seen any other kind of coercion to keep that thing. So,
It's because it's not your coercion. It's not my point. But it's your coercion causing the energy from the other person to spread out. You see, you're activating the pleasure centers which are transmitting, right?
to their brain.
And then there's some, depending on the level of pleasure, that leaks over. And the more that leaks over, the more that you feel. It's almost like feeling somebody else's emotions and feelings.
Now, this would make it so that if you were to use this for the pain centers,
Yeah.
equally again, you'll see a backlash effect.
Right? It's a lesser extent when you have a backlash on pain or pleasure.
Ah. Now, shield would block that off.
To a certain extent, yes. But you see, when you're close together, when you're making out, you see, you're enveloped in their feelings, or Kara's feelings, and she's enveloped in yours.
Yeah.
So you are intertwined.
So that would be almost like a huge light going off almost.
It's like a big bright spot on his ears. And there's quite a few around here sometimes. I can imagine.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for now. I'm trying to keep this short so Mark won't burn out.
Okay, when are you going to invite everybody?
Well, we're working on it. Mark's called it twice this week.
Okay, let's continue the session.
That's all the questions I had. Bye.
You're good. Greetings.
Everything's Korton. Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
very strange.
She is at that.
It's getting very clever.
Yes. I have to admit, it's tougher on the tape recorder, but
I'm not to be going for sense around the dealers.
no, Omal's there. He did not want to try it, but
Unfortunately, Cromwell's not there.
oh.
Okay. Do you have questions for me?
Well, in Mark's poor upside down head there should be a whole mess of star chart information.
We have been going over these before.
Way back when.
And just recently when the data was rebrought to our attention.
Really? Oh, we haven't discussed it in session yet.
But Mark has been looking at them.
Right.
And you wish information on this. Of course. They are navigational aids, as devastating.
Right.
Navigational aids, destinations, the arrows and lines with lines at 45 degrees are on various navigational pathways. It would be of more use when your species becomes a spacefaring species over great distances. But at present, they can be useful for farsighting as well. But this is for traveling
at a sublight speed. When you reach the speed of thought, then it is useful to use them as a reference point to look for. If we had a star chart handy, that would be recognized, it would be easy to pinpoint the various points of reference. So in other words, if we had that chart that we had in Sedona, we could have taken those and seen exactly what was being worked on there. Exactly. Has anybody there put 2 and 2 together yet? No. Do they still have the format start? Yeah, I think we used to do it. So, to use them to correlate with her writing. Yeah, but how would that help them? They're not in first aid yet. You still get this tape off game now. They will learn as they go by looking for various key items. For example, 3 dots in the form of a triangle, it represents the nebula. Oh, well, now some of these I saw when I was looking at them, it would be like 3 lines that were parallel to a single line, and then 1 line that was parallel to the 3 lines. So it would be 3 at 90 degrees to 1, back to the same angle of degrees with the 1. And it looked like, well, what Mark says was that was 3 different paths into a single point. Yeah. But how would you, that's such a small amount of space there for such a huge star chart. How would you determine which 3 paths we're talking about and to which point are we talking about? We've seen kind of the lines, right? Referring to each individual diagram as part of a line is a destination and coordinates. So having parallel lines represents your line of travel at 90 degrees to the 3 lines that would run perpendicular. That's correct? Right. You always travel on a parallel line. Right. Or on a line 90 degrees 20 perpendicular, you travel on the horizontal one, which is your path. Yeah. The 3 lines running perpendicular are star pathways that they follow in their orbits, because those were written over many years. It was necessary when the knowledge was being gathered and passed on to work out the necessary movement of the stars over that period of time. So if you're traveling down that 1 line parallel to those 3, would that be like if you got to along your path and you saw the 3 different stars coming in, you need to turn right? Yeah, kind of. Correct. Oh, so it's like a signpost. Correct. Easy now. Just have to be explaining in my terms. Okay, next question, please. Alrighty. Well, should I ask you or Kara about the biodrink that I got for corners? Actually, you'd be best to ask Corners when it becomes available, which should be soon, as it has a rather interesting theory that you would enjoy to get. Oh, that's it. For important, yes. Okay. Now, a couple of things I wanted to check on with here is, here's something I got thrown out to me the other day. I'm a little confused on. You might be able to help me on history. And this is concerning people with Jewish religion. And it was said, believe this or not, that they couldn't eat unleavened bread. And I couldn't figure out why, as a race of people who believe in a certain thing, they couldn't eat unleavened bread while everybody else around them could. You have a lot of scholars and historians in that question. I'm afraid, you have me slightly unprepared for a change. Oh, that's unusual. Well, I am distracted by two young ladies. Oh, you lucky guy. Okay. It distracts from the necessary work. Oh. Well, sometimes it's... Is it? Well, some of this is. Okay. She'll be. This afternoon on the golf course. That's like humming in one ear. A little ringing, I should say. Yes. And at that point, there was no way for me to kick back and put up stack shooting. So what I did was got involved with a song that had been in my head using mental gibberish. One. Now, does that work the same as a static shield? To a certain extent, yes. It's a very simple form of shielding that, if it's broadcasted loudly enough, it should override temporarily until they adjust frequencies. I see. So it can still be gotten through. Yes. I have a question for you. It was brought to my attention that you are planning a camping trip. Yes, next possibly Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. A while back it was discussed by a wall to help you with your navigation of stars, to have a channeling session outside. What? But this thing can be here. Post it. Okay. We'll just find a nice clear spot. We'll get camp. And do a channeling session. Right. Revive the channel to bring these crystals. Oh, okay. It's because you will not have the aid of the sanctified. Okay. Next question. Okay. How does this work as an amplifier? You really wish at this time to have this explained? No, but since the subject came up, ask the question when we are in a more comfortable attitude. I will at that. In the meantime, let's dispense with questions and fulfill cut this kind of short for Mark and yourself's benefit. Okay, because it is Mark's gonna be yes, I feel the discomfort myself with the muscles. I will now hand over to the last individual that's in the channel. Okay. Let's just see what she makes of this current predicament. And I shall talk to the mischievous young lady about her antics. We will not reprimand her if she is experimenting and learning. But it would be more appropriate to retain experiments to their original state before the experiment commenced, instead of leaving them in unfinished positions. Yes, that's the mystery part about it. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much. So we'll talk to you later, Korton. You're welcome. Hey, darling. How's it going? I'm trying to keep the recorder on my knee and talk to you at the same time.
I've been kept pretty busy since my background.
Yeah.
People that she was responsible on rollerblading.
Is it rollerblading? Rollerblading, yes. Understandable. I just wish you wouldn't make you so upset, though.
That's a lot of forces. Okay, you're discovering. Of course I do. I got a brother.
Okay. I want to make this real quick. How was the day?
What's this? What's something?
Couple things real quick. Sent off for the biomags.
Okay.
They'll do in probably a couple weeks or so. Question on placement of biomags with better farsighting.
I will check that.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, talked to the boys this morning.
Let's see how you made up their minds yet. But I think you're not going to do.
They're getting closer.
Yes.
And after our session, I showed them the joys of being male.
Unless you said it's easy. You'd actually expect a little bit of mindful from time. Sure. You'd be surprised. Lesbian?
Very scary.
Yes.
That's not good. They'll see the joys of being female, and that'll be all she wrote.
And that she's all caressing though.
Yeah.
You want to just hostile flavors. I've had the grievance before. System.
Yeah, but still, I'm seeing her. I'd want to be female seeing her.
Well, she's so good looking.
She's good looking. Okay, well, we'll just have to do what we can. Anyway, I noticed this morning when I saw Athena that she is broadcasting a wide band now.
Yeah.
You don't need to go in there anymore.
He wants a extra.
Obviously. I think her best bet is to ask Mark. I'm sure he'd have an opinion on that. I'm very enlightened. Okay, well, yeah. I will ask Mark that we feel he wants to put his 2 cents around that.
Okay. She can hear it. And I do it. If she's helpful, hold on. She says she's going to go up and wow, let's see.
Okay.
Okay. More questions.
This time. Well, see, most of the questions I had was I guess, point asked. So I'm gonna hold off till I see him.
Okay.
How'd you like the magic show last night?
It was nice.
Wasn't that?
Yeah.
It's like a juggler.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that. I said. I did like 4 sort of pairing sitting there doing this.
Oh, that was a play on the assistant. The typical assistant is there helping everything, and his assistant was there trying, it's looking like she wasn't trying to help. Like,
Yeah, and that's fine. Back in 5 minutes.
and then says, "I'm back."
Yeah.
Right, that was a whereby she thinks she's a bigger part of the act than he does, even though he's the one doing all the work.
She was playing pretty forward.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, I think. Yes, she wants to move on. Move on. Next question.
Okay.
Now this.
Oh yeah, should I avoid big magnets right now?
Depends what sort of technique it's on.
Yeah. Just in case I run into something that next is all this stuff I'm doing.
Tracking like this. So good.
One more question I got about that. Is there a way I can make that down here?
Now, this has to talk like that.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go too much more than anything that's just deep, but poor little Mark is not going to be enjoying life at all and then run out of tape. But I did notice one thing I'm not going to mention is that my time jumping's even better.
Oh, yes, this, good.
Got back home, missed off by 5 minutes a day after. Okay, darling.
So, quick, it's really cool. Feel friends, it's called. It's hot.
Excellent. Good. Everything's working out better. Okay, darling. We'll see you soon. Okay.
On 1, 2, 3, 4. Shake it up, baby, yeah. Shake it up Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, baby. Pick it up, baby. Yeah. Pick it up like I knew you would. Bum, ba da da, bum, ba da da, bum, da da da, bum, ba da da. Shake it up, baby. Yeah. Twist and shout. Come on, baby. Yeah. I guess and told us from Lemon sound alike.
Yeah, if you ever got a sex change.
Okay. Oh, all right. Now, my next song, let me see. What shall we sing? Down, this is peaceful slices. That's all I can remember of it.
It's not bad. That from Mark?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah. Let's sing it. It's in a language I'm not quite sure about. Hold on a second. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. What do you want to know?
Stevie and I will be talking about Sanpaku.
Sanpaku.
Sanpaku is a Japanese study of the eyes that relates to health and diet.
Oh,
And
the eye reflecting your current condition.
absolutely correct. That is Sanpaku.
Mm-hmm.
Now that through reading through this book, though, I haven't been able to establish exactly why it is that the eye is reflected, and number two, how it is that diet changes what would we see in the eyes through a dietary change.
Okay. Now, there is a saying that you said that the eyes are the gateway to the soul. Now, if the eyes are the gateway to the soul, they are also the gateway to your mental and physical health.
Okay.
And when you don't think coffee, it is shown on the pigmentation of your eyeball. It goes different shades of white. Correct? When you're tired, again, your eyes will change color. To what?
Red.
Correct. Now, the iris also reflects your physical condition by changes in the color of the iris.
But now, why is it that a physical well-being be reflected in the eyes?
The simple reason that it is also a gateway to your physical body, but also because it is the most important and most sensitive part of your anatomy. Try touching your eyeball and see. It doesn't feel very nice, does it? So therefore, it also reflects your condition. This is because what you eat and how well you eat is transferred in the blood system, correct?
Right.
And as your eyes have a lot of blood in them and around them, then the blood being near to the surface shows in the colours of the iris. If the blood level is low on various proteins, vitamins, and so on, then that is reflected in the iris. Does that make sense? Okay.
Now, so you could essentially diagnose practically
Correct.
from the eyes.
If somebody be a lot better of arts than you thought of them squares, what's this present?
Well, I'll keep it waiting.
He's not to get looking at this? No, it'll be bad. He's busy shuffling papers, sitting on there and punching up various information on his computer.
Oh. Okay. Then how about we take the transfer over and
Certainly not.
no?
No, I don't want to keep you in some way. I'm really messed with.
Oh,
I say who goes on
I
first.
thought he was your boss.
But I'm the ringleader. I have authority,
Okay.
and I'm going to behave myself.
Oh, that's bitchy.
Okay, proceed with your question.
All right. Well, we'll get on the Sanpaku with cornets.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is that with the health of a person, how do you determine if what they're dealing with is a serious problem or if it's just a little minor thing that they think is serious? Could it be psychosomatic, let's say?
Well, first of all, you have to decide whether or not there are any other symptoms. Various shadings of colors are reflected in the eyes, you said.
Oh, okay. Well, for example, she's got a problem with her heart right now. She says it's never bothered before, but since I guess hanging with me, her heart has been hurting.
Does she indulge in your habit?
Okay.
Yeah,
she's smart.
Yeah, she is a smart young lady. Be able to speak two languages and well.
Can run on this. But apparently, she pulled his shoulder out, and I worked on that tonight and got that mostly back into shape. A lot of that help, your help, I'm sure it was on the sidelines. I appreciate that. Thank you. But with her heart, I found myself up against something I haven't dealt with before. I listened to it, and it sounds like a steady beat.
It could be psychosomatic. What's her diet like? Does she help you?
It's mostly Mexican food, and I can't tell you if it's healthy or not. She doesn't eat meat, but at the same time, I'm sure she's not getting a great diet at home.
Try to get her to drink vegetable extract.
Carrot juice or something?
Carrot juice, beet juice, and make her a salad one evening with garlic in it. Why garlic?
It's a healthy cleansing
For
bloodstream.
yes, and also it helps with the heart.
Okay. I understand though, if her heart sounds like it's beating fine at a good rate of speed, why it would hurt, even if it is not psychosomatic, I mean.
Well, by getting her to eat fresh vegetables with garlic, you tell her that the garlic is good for her heart, it makes it nice and strong. Tell her that it is a known medical fact. And also explain to her that we were working with garlic before you started your second great interplanetary war. Or planetary war, sorry.
World War II.
Yeah, that's the one. They were working on it before they decided to work on penicillin. I believe we discussed this a while back. Now, as I'm reading this, I better hand over to somebody else at this channel.
Alright. While you're making the transition, I'll grab some tea real quick and some vitamins.
Okay.
Just take me a second.
Well, if you want to get some vitamins for the channel, we can munch on the board and get some protein into it.
I don't think you can like that.
Doesn't have a thing it, does he?
Nobody from that.
Well, I've got Okay, so I will from the memory. When we die.
Hi. Greetings, Lux. Greetings, Cornus.
Do I sound like Cornus, Ahna? I am not Cornus. Greetings and felicitations first.
Ashtar?
No.
Korton?
Yeah. Medicine?
Well, I'll give him the B vitamin. That is horrible and what you'd otherwise.
Hand-eye coordination demonstration on. Hello, female Josephine. Good to see you. I'm working hard on this problem.
On the cloning of kitties?
Yes.
It's a good problem.
She's a very friendly cat.
I think she likes you.
I like her too. Oh, okay, let us proceed.
Alright. Last week we were discussing pyramid amplification.
We
yes. dropped off.
Yes, due to the fact of Miss Mischievous,
Yes.
who has been renegated to last place.
Oh.
Yes. Due to the fact that it was extremely uncomfortable to experience blood pumping to the head of the channel that affected my orientation briefly.
Alright, well, we can resume now and
Okay. Now, looking at the shape of the pyramid, you have 4 triangular sides, correct?
absolutely.
Now, the way the amplification works is that it focuses the energy to the point of the pyramid. If you were to step inside the pyramid,
Which I know.
you are just the closest thing.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you feel the impregnable area around, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The energy flowing down the piping, and it spreads out its energy. Now, in reverse, the way that it works is collecting the energy around and focusing it to the central point. So when it is focused at the central point, it departs from the very top of the pyramid in a fine, narrow stream. By compacting the stream into a narrow beam, it focuses the energy. Again, the incoming energy reaching the central point in the downward pipe stream, it has a chance to spread out. It is a little bit like a voice amplification device.
Speaker.
Yes, or megaphone. So the process of amplification is a very simple one. Very much like one of your megaphones. That is why we are always crisp and clear in here. Except for the beginners who tend to under-amplify so that they sound as if they're coming from a great distance.
So in other words, the energy is coming from here, the base pyramid,
Yes.
traveling up the poles, collecting at the top.
Correct.
And then it goes out the top and also comes down the middle.
Incoming comes down the middle and spreads out in a cone confined in this area.
Wait a minute. So in other words, pulling energy from two directions.
Correct.
Whoa.
Which is not a very simple piece of equipment.
That sure blows my illusions away.
And what were your illusions?
That was a very simple piece of equipment.
Au contraire.
Obviously. It is a bit more complicated than all that.
This is only one of the functions of the pyramid.
One?
Yes. Amplification and channeling of energy.
Right. But that was the only application.
No. When inside, you feel shielded.
Yeah. Isn't that just a byproduct of the energy zone?
Yes. But it is also a function.
Also is a shield.
Correct.
Mm.
The third function of this pyramid is collecting information, as mentioned in the first explanation.
Mm-hmm.
That information can be collected on a wide frequency through information from the collected subconscious coming in and being sucked in with the energy.
Information, but who collects the information?
Whoever has the key to do so.
Alright.
This fourth function, with the aid of the pentagram underneath, is, come on, deductive reason, please,
With the pentagram
and the pyramid combined, it is a very effective what?
transmitter.
No, that's the best function.
Yeah. With that. Yeah, we built it. We should know what it means.
Exactly, you should know what it is.
What good I'm asking these questions? Hold on. Not done yet.
I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
The channeler is a very important key to it, and there is a clue in that word.
Chan.
No, it's a small word.
Key.
Yes.
Key as in dimensional key.
What is the fourth explanation?
It's the doorway.
Correct. Now, does that answer a question from the past? Yes, it does.
I'm sure it does. I'm trying to remember the question.
Question you asked was, what were the functions for the pyramid?
Mm-hmm.
And we have explained four of them.
What? But there's a fifth.
Yes.
Okay. And the fifth. Okay, so we got a dimensional doorway.
I can't tell you is the fifth one.
No, I know that.
You need to reason this one out yourself.
Okay. Collector of information. A shield amplifier. A shield and an amplifier. So the fifth. Oh. Fifth would be a receiver.
That goes with the first explanation. Well, we'll come back to that at a later date.
You can only steal on this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Let us proceed with the next question.
Okay. Now then, the Great Pyramid was in the 1930s an effective form of collecting the information that was used to discover pyramid power. In other words, the ability to sharpen metal, razor blade in particular, and to dehydrate food. Then recently, in the late 80s and 90s here, such things have been found not to work. So we're looking at a period of approximately 50 years in which there was a change. Now,
Why the change?
right, is the change, and this is my theory, that there was a continental shifting that's taken place in 50 years that's moved it from its magnetic north alignment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if you look at the area geologically, you will see an area that looks like a triangle almost, in an area of ocean with two horns.
Yeah, the Nile.
No, Red Sea,
Oh, yeah.
with the famous Gulf of Hormuz. Now, if you look down through that area, you will see a whole load of mountains, gorges, and narrow valley known as the Great Rifts.
Which signifies a landmass, two landmasses.
Correct.
So, in other words,
There is more action tectonically along that area than there used to be. Also, if you study news reports of that area, the Mediterranean basin, and that part of Middle East, you will see that there have been a lot of activity tectonically and with volcanoes. Volcanoes. Actually, that was the word I was looking for.
but wait a minute. I have a problem here. If that's true, then, and this pyramid has shifted now, we're talking about effectively the Great Pyramid's been turned off.
No.
No.
The Great Pyramid is a very complicated computer, correct?
Right.
A very smart computer. Not as smart as some,
Right.
but definitely a lot smarter than others. But it has a very narrow field of operation,
Right.
which we can only disclose slightly. But being a complicated computer, it also has a self-diagnostic capability, which enables it to adjust the movement.
It moves itself?
No, it doesn't move itself. It adjusts its line of energy.
Oh.
If you remember how old it actually is, then these movements are minuscule in its history.
Right.
So therefore, it has happened in the past, and it will happen again. But it will adjust itself to compensate.
Right. I don't want to get into that part. Never mind. I don't want to know how it adjusts itself, because is that pretty bad tasty?
I don't know.
But Chandler's having trouble with it.
Maybe it was the gag reflexes I swallowed, but
Yeah, that would be the gag reflex. It's B complex, so it's the best thing you could ever get in this body right now.
Okay. Do you have something else to munch? Something that may leave a better taste?
How about a C?
Okay.
Here we go. So bound to be pretty tasty.
Okay. Because we don't want him coming back with a rotten taste in his mouth.
I'll get that all right.
Okay, let us proceed.
Okay. Now then, being a computer,
Mm-hmm.
that would be meaning that the computer has access gained to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now with that access, who has access?
We can't disclose that
Okay.
for two reasons.
Number one, because access is already being accessed. Well, you can't disclose that either.
No. So there are two reasons, and we cannot disclose either of them.
Okay, fair enough. I have some theories on it, so I'll work on those.
Okay.
Okay. Well, now then, pyramids' natural usage of energy is in resonance and vibratory fields.
Yes.
In particular, its ability to generate microwaves. Okay, these are not the same microwaves, I assume, that we use in our oven to cook our food.
No. Nor are they the same type that is used by your detection devices.
Yes, okay. A radar. Right. Okay, so we assume then that the resonance and the vibratory rate and the microwaves are all the same exact thing. And the energy that is being resonated then is electromagnetic instead of infrared.
Correct.
Okay. Now, does this electromagnetic microwave resonancy be what makes the pyramid work? In other words, those 5 fields that we talked about.
Yes.
4. That's basically the key to their ability to work. And if it's offline, in other words, if you don't have a line north to south, then you do not generate that microwave, the resonance.
Correct.
Okay.
Only temporarily, though, but temporarily over a span of time, maybe 20 or 30 of your years.
See.
How do you feel at present?
Wonderful.
Good. Proceed with the next question, please.
Okay. Are this microwave resonancy picked up throughout the world in different pyramids throughout the world? Okay. And so therefore, work done in one pyramid could theoretically affect others.
Correct. They are all interconnected and exchange information. They all have the same function.
So in other words, what we have are modems.
Correct.
Thank you. Okay, next question.
You sound very pleased with yourself.
I am very pleased with myself because I had not put the things all together till now. And it's nice to know I can talk to each of them if I have to.
Correct.
Okay. Does height make a difference?
Yes.
And that would be the bigger the pyramid, the more resonancy you generate.
Correct.
Okay. So that's why something in Egypt, a pyramid of that size, would generate a great mass of resonance.
Correct. You could say that Futon in Egypt is the main terminal.
Right. Well, what about the pyramid they're thinking of building in Colorado? It'd be connected, but because it's built, wouldn't it have an effect on all pyramids?
Yes, it would.
And that's the problem we have right now.
Correct. Is that they do not fully understand what they are doing. If they build it correctly and use it correctly, they have a vast reservoir of collected knowledge over many millennia.
Because they can draw in the information from the others.
Correct.
But what use could they put that information to?
What would they wish to use the information for?
Right. That's the question.
That is a question I cannot answer, I'm afraid. No, it is because of your human nature.
Your human nature?
Yes. It varies so much. They could use it for good. They could use it for bad.
They could use it to expand their intelligence. They could use it for gain. Okay. Both fiscal, military, many different purposes. It all depends on what they want to use it for. Okay. But now, how would you can answer this? How can you collect the information from the pyramid?
Correct. I cannot answer it. I can, but I cannot.
You can, but you cannot. Okay.
Correct.
Can I make a quick theory?
Certainly.
Excellent. The information coming through would be in the form of light.
Possible.
Possibly. And theoretically, you could decode the light information if you had the correct machine or computer to do so.
Correct.
Okay. And the only way you could do that is if you were of an advanced race, preferably from a dimension not of third.
Correct.
Okay. Last question for you this evening, Korton, is concerning the question that we didn't quite get to last week because you weren't prepared for it.
Okay.
Why is it that a race of people in the past were unable to eat unleavened bread while the other people around them could not?
Sorry, I am again. Due to the fact of other matters,
okay.
which are unimportant for you, I have not had the opportunity to study up on this.
It's all right.
Maybe you can find out by asking people.
Right, I'll have to find someone of that Jewish persuasion.
Certainly.
Okay, well, good project, I suppose.
Yes.
Good, well, I'll get the information, we'll compare notes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Korton. Good luck on that, by the way.
We will try.
Well, it's worth a shot.
Greetings, Russ.
Korton?
Correct.
Hi, Korton. How's it going?
Come closer.
Yeah.
Hold out your... This is hard to do over distance.
Find a heartbeat.
That's your pulse.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in theory.
Okay.
Okay. This evening, as I'm sure you're aware, I would like to discuss a certain beverage I've been imbibing.
Okay. Yes, I have been forewarned about this.
That you might have been.
First of all, you lack the equipment to replicate it.
Okay.
Secondly, don't worry about magnets.
Okay, thank you.
Not unless they are extremely large magnets.
Okay.
Very large magnets.
Let me come around those.
About 4 feet in diameter.
Alrighty. Now then. First off, is this a sort of magnetic algae that I take?
Yes.
Okay. And is this something that will affect us, or myself anyway, when we get the biomagnetic magnets?
A little, but not noticeable. It is more for your body you create up here.
Oh.
Because you cannot pull anything from here through to where you are.
Right.
And vice versa. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But when you achieve that point where you can go from your home area to here and to pull
your physical body through with you, then it will affect you. But at present, it only affects you here.
Okay. Now, some of the benefits I've noticed are pretty dramatic. Time jumps, for example, and the ability to collect my atoms or molecules and pack them in. Okay. What other advantages could I find from drinking this?
You will find that you will be more coherent, that your focusing will improve. Very important for you. You will also find that you have more tactile senses, and you will have much greater stamina. Now, I need some information from you.
Okay.
Taste.
It tastes not as good as I was hoping, but better than I expected.
Okay, we were working on it.
And just sort of like not quite medicinal, but not quite fruit flavored, let's say.
Is there anything that you would like to flavor it with?
Orange juice.
No, orange juice is out, I'm afraid, as the vitamin C in the orange affects it.
Oh, okay.
Kiwi fruit?
Yeah, kiwi fruit's great.
Okay, we will flavor it with kiwi fruit.
Oh, fantastic.
How easy is it to drink?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little bit thicker than water, but
Would you like it thicker or less thicker? If we make it less thicker, we'll have to drink more of it.
I'd say keep it the same consistency it is, then, because at the rate it is, it's fine for just sipping down.
Well, hopefully with the flavor, you will be able to drink more of it.
All right, good.
Next question I have for you. What sensations do you experience?
That's the change. Well, when I first drank it down, I had this instant urge to go ahead and implode all my molecules. Because what I feel, it feels like I'm drinking hundreds of magnets. And I feel all the energy start to get sucked in from around me, or at least in me. It's sucked into more central points. And I had this urge to implode them all to get that more solidity.
How well is your intelligence after drinking this?
About the same, but the stamina, like you say, is a lot better.
Okay.
I'm getting more coherent, and I have more mental acuity.
Okay, you may not like what I'm going to say.
Okay.
We are going to make it a little heavier in its concentration, which will mean that it will be more viscous.
Okay.
Hopefully by adding kiwi fruit to it, it will make it more tasty.
Is it going to be sort of like one of our Earth milkshakes?
Yes.
Well, that's fine, man. I love milkshakes.
Okay.
Kiwi milkshakes. That sounds good.
I've never had a milkshake, I'm afraid.
Oh, man.
I've heard about them, but never mind.
It sounds about the same thickness anyway, so that's fine. I like them. We'll just have to. Can we chill it?
Certainly. I was about to suggest that.
I think that'd be a great idea. Let's chill it.
Because it will slow down the molecules in it.
Great.
Okay, it will now be chilled, a little bit denser, and flavored. Was there anything else you would like to change?
Yeah, let's add a straw to it.
Sorry.